they made it a la carte. Hold on a second. What's this? Yeah, no, I don't want the tutorials.
I made the
popping up
same
stuff on-
decision.
Yeah, like I know what I'm doing. I'm just waiting for everybody else, so I'll make a class. Anyway, most of what it is other than adding essentially tieflings as a playable race, adding warlocks in as a playable class, they started trying to add just basically certain races that were probably niche and in optional books kind of thing and stuff. Mechanics wise, I think they just kind of tried to, with 5th ed, they try to take 3rd edition and try to take what little bit that they changed in 4th edition. With 4th edition was trying to make it WoW, and try to get it back to a little bit that, but then now they've been trying to make it to where, oh, you don't like the fact that elves are more dexterous and have less strength? Well, with Tasha's, you know, cauldron of everything, whatever the book is, you can essentially just pick whatever race and then give it whatever's and stuff. You don't have to take your racial bonuses or negatives. It's been mostly that. So if you feel like playing a druid, as long as you know druid well enough, you should be fine.
It's been a minute, so maybe I should. I don't know.
I mean, up to you.
Yeah, let's go druid. I'll go druid. And we'll see what happens.
Lisa, what are you playing?
I'm gonna probably do a cleric.
Okay.
Well, I was just on my warlock, so.
Okay. And are you still wanting to do the fighter that will eventually multi-class over to ranger?
Yeah.
Okay. So we have... So I take it you're going to take the role of healer, Lisa?
Do I have to?
Well, I mean, I'm just saying cleric unless you're going war forge or war... The war cleric, whatever the war cleric is. I'm just trying to get a basis to what I would pick, just to kind of... Wondering if I should do rogue or do a spellcaster, or should I try to play maybe some other healer?
I can do some light healing, but I will not have a lot spell-wise for a bit. No, I do not want that for the god. None of these gods make sense for a tiefling. None.
Okay, which gods do they offer?
Vilene, Bahamut, Tempest, Tyr, Helm, Ilmater, Mistra, Ogma, Kelimvor, Moradin, Corellin Larathian, Karl Glittergold, Yandala, Lolth, Groomsh, I can't pronounce that one, I'm sorry. Tiamat, Illustre, Lathander, Talos, and Timora.
You do Tiamat.
Well, she is trapped in the hells. Oh, and we have Myleki, too. That would make the least amount of sense of all for a tiefling. Ha ha ha.
Okay, so... In between druid and cleric, they both are essentially have healing capabilities. Fighter would give a good decent amount of fighting capabilities, but if you're subclassing and not subclassing, but multi-classing into ranger, that could make you a little bit closer to DPS-ish, so rogue would probably not be necessary. So maybe I should do something like a barbarian or a paladin.
If you do a paladin, I solemnly swear to not try and get you turned into an oathbreaker.
Oh, I would just ask what god you're picking in.
I'm still mad about that.
Yeah.
Tell a little bit.
You need a guardian. Choose one.
Okay.
What? No fun.
Hmm. I actually think I'm going to go as a cleric of Kelemvor.
I'm unfamiliar with Kelemvor.
Kelemvor. Fair but distant, Kelemvor guides the dead to their appropriate plane in the afterlife. His clergy provides last rites across Faerun, but also destroy the undead that have escaped his judgment. Very neutral god.
You know what? I think I'll go barbarian. Unless you think something else would be better suited for the group.
I think you should play what you want to play, and we'll figure things out. I have my healing word. I don't have Turn Undead yet. I'm too young for that.
So y'all wouldn't be upset if I played a rogue?
No.
No. Someone needs to pickety the pockets and open the locks.
Okay. Now
We're
the
all
key
here to
thing
have
is-
fun, so
Whatever. Floats your float. Floats your boat.
These tattoos make you look like a gangster street thug. That tattoo makes it look like she's got a bullseye right in the middle of her forehead. Shoot here.
Okay, here we go.
All right, I'm done.
I'm getting there.
Hold on. Gives me a second to grab my water off my table. I'll be right back. All right. I don't want to dehydrate myself again.
That's never fun.
Yeah, well.
Please add your electrolytes.
Oh, yeah, no, they're in there. Oh.
You can change
Okay.
appearance stuff later, right? Like hair? Or are
I've
you
never
stuck with
tried it, but
What was what?
I'm
she's
asking if you can
asking.
change like hair later.
Later in the game?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
I know in single player you can by going to the magic mirror in your camp.
So I don't know why it would be different then.
Very purple.
Okay. Let's see. This would be the time that I forget all of my drow.
What do you
Huh?
What do you need to know?
I'm trying to name the stupid character.
Oh, just name. Okay.
Yeah, character creation takes me so long because I get so sucked into all the details, and
If you want a traditional name, you could go with Sharess.
If character creation takes you too short, then I don't know if I'd want to play with. That means you put no thought into the character, and I feel like role playing is going to be minimal.
Well, to be fair, role playing in this game is minimal.
Oh no, not this game.
Oh,
But like D&D. I'm just saying Dungeons and Dragons. If you're like 10 minutes later, like, all right, got my character, and I'm like, where's your character from? Huh? Then I'm just like, okay, so this is not an RP heavy game. And that's not a slight on anybody that doesn't really RP when they play Dungeons and Dragons or any role-playing game. It's just kind of like half the reason I play is to have the role-playing aspect of it.
Yeah.
So everyone's got their own types. I know people that love to just kind of go in and have the combat.
Having role played with Kat for the larger part of the past 12 years, I can honestly say she will take a bit of time, even if there's minimal role play involved.
Yeah.
She's very detail oriented, and it's not a bad thing.
No, that's not bad at all. That's actually more the sign of a creative mind.
I just flew through on my creation here because I knew what I wanted in general.
Oh, same here. I mean, like, because it's not RP heavy and stuff, I was just kind of like, what race and what class was I going to be? And then from there, it's
Easy.
they don't really give you much wiggle room, in my opinion. This is why I'm saying it's like, yeah, with this game, I'm not expecting anyone to sit here and be a thespian or anything, but I just
You can click hide genitals. That's a choice.
I haven't played the game long enough, but when does the genitals come into play?
I have
I mean,
not
'cause
seen
this-
it yet, and I'm ahead of you. So
Yeah, the same thing with Cyberpunk. In Cyberpunk, when you make your game, you can sit there and you actually have like penis size if you want. But like I've beaten the game. And I mean, like I went through and made sure like every sub quest was completed before I beat the game, kind of thing. You don't really. The only thing that matters is there's one character that that they've made only attracted to women. So if you're not playing female V, you can't romance her. And but I mean, at the same time, you don't see anything. So it's like, why is this in here? I mean, if it makes my game run smoother by turning it off, I don't care. It's not like we're watching our characters pee anyway. That would be a whole different game. Yeah, what I was going to say though about RPing, the funny part is like my D&D game I play with a guy that's a writer. So who do you think would have the most detailed background and probably be putting out the RP elements and stuff? You think the writer, right? No.
Mhm.
I feel like we're waking him up to roll his dice.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
It was like, you don't think this would be I mean, like, you got to understand, half of Hollywood is playing Dungeons and Dragons because it helps with character development and character building, and it helps with improv acting. I mean, this is why a lot of actors play D&D.
Mm-hmm.
You figured this guy would jump on it being like, aha, this would really help me in my craft.
Is everything okay,
Or-
Sakurai?
Or it becomes a source of writer's block. It can either help you, or it can become the wall in your way.
We're now 3 campaigns. The writer block must be thick.
Oh, poor guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had already looked through and picked everything, I guess you could say, so before, so I'm just waiting.
I am waiting as well, but I am using the little button to make my character spin around in place and picturing how dizzy she would be, and it's great.
I'm just looking at my tail.
You have a tail too?
Yeah. It's shiny.
Okay.
What
race
is
did
the
you go for?
Guardians? What's with the Guardians? Where do they come into play? Like,
Story-wise,
kind of gives her a story, but
like how
they will start
important
come
are
into
they?
play with multiple. You still have to pick one.
It's just like
it's kind of a story element that comes into play when you're in things like camp and stuff. I don't know past that because I've only experienced the Guardian like in dreams, so to say, when my character's resting.
okay. It's like I'm not quite sure because I'm like, how do I do this? Like, what significance does it have, and to how they relate to each other, kind of thing.
None.
That makes it hard to.
From what I've experienced, none. I've had at least. I've had a Drow one. I've had a Githyanki one. I've had one of the little short people whose names are
Gnome?
Not sure if it was a gnome.
Halfling?
Halfling?
Oh god. Halfling could be halfling.
Yeah.
Because they don't have the other one I'm thinking of in here.
And it's never changed. Okay, even if they're people who would typically hate each other, it's one of those, we're in a dire enough situation, we have to get along, story proceeds as it's going to proceed situations. However, if it's important to you and you want to throw your character a little bit of, I don't trust this bitch, pick a race that your character might not get along with so well. It all depends on how you see things wanting to grow.